Repeat it with me 3 times. Okay? Come, let's begin. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. Now do you understand why it's called a tongue twister? Children, let's try to say this once again and let's try to say it 5 times. She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 Children, were you able to say it this fast? When I first started learning the tongue twister, it took me years to get it right. And finally, I can say it this fast. Children, I hope you enjoyed it and will also share it with your friends. Children, I hope you liked the tongue twister we just did. I would now like to ask you a few questions. Let us share our thoughts and ideas. Children, do you spend time gazing at the moon? I'm sure a lot of us enjoy gazing at the moon at night. Children, do you know what the moon is made of? The moon is made of metal and rocks, just like the Earth and a few other planets. Children, apart from the moon, have you ever seen the stars closely in the sky? Yes, they all twinkle so beautifully. Have you seen sometimes that some things look like stars in the sky, but their light does not twinkle? It stays steady? Yes, these lights are from planets. There are some planets that we can see with our naked eyes as well. The sun and the planets come together and form the solar system. Have you ever wondered how the sun has so much energy that it provides us with solar energy? It gives energy to the entire earth, to all the living organisms on the earth. The sun, the planets, the satellites, all are creations of the universe. The universe is full of facts and stories and secrets. Today, we will be reading a lovely book review. Come, let's start. Children, words are very important while learning a language. I would now like to share with you a few new words. Please listen to me carefully and note them down in your notebook. We will come across these words in the lesson that we'll be reading. The first word is dipper, dipper, dipper. Second word, growled, growled, growled. Third word, galaxies, galaxies, galaxies. Fourth word, strategies, strategies, strategies. Fifth word, technology, technology, technology. Next word, inventions, inventions, inventions. Children, let me repeat the words once again for you. Dipper, growled, galaxies, strategies, technology, inventions. Children, we will come across these words in the lesson that we'll be reading. Please look out for them and try to guess their meaning. Children, we will be reading something very interesting today. We will be reading a book review. Children, if you have a textbook, please open page number 57 and point to the words as I read. If you don't have a textbook, please listen to me carefully and watch your TV screens. A book review. George's secret key to the universe. George's dad is an ardent environmentalist. In fact, both his parents are convinced that modern inventions of science and technology have caused a lot of damage on the earth. They are committed to the cause of saving the planet. They use a bicycle instead of a car. There is a ban on TV and computers in their house. They don't buy things like bread and biscuits. They eat only vegetarian and home-cooked food. They even use candles to light the house to avoid using electricity. Poor George has to suffer a lot of jeering and ridicule from his friends because of all this. George's father is an ardent environmentalist. Ardent means very passionate and environmentalist means he believes in conserving the environment. George's parents are against inventions of science and technology. They believe that these inventions have just damaged the earth. Even at home, they don't use TVs or computers. They don't even have electricity. They use candles to light up their home. They only eat vegetarian food. They don't buy products that are made in factories. Even to travel, they use cycles. They don't use a car. George faces a lot of ridicule and jeering at school. Jeering and ridicule means children at his school mock him and make fun of him. Actually, George doesn't think that either the TV or the computer is a bad thing. He has tried to tell his parents that it's possible to save the earth using computers and the internet. But no, in their house, there can't be any discussion on that issue. George always likes to know why. But who is to answer his questions? His parents think that he is still too young to understand global issues. George thinks differently. He thinks the TV, computer and internet are very important. They can help save the earth. But George's parents don't want any discussion on this topic at home. George has many questions, but who will answer his whys? George's parents think that that is fed into it by people like Eric, who do the research and thinking that can make cosmos work. One day, George has a neighbor named Annie. Annie's father, Eric, is a scientist. He is ever willing to answer all of George's questions. Eric has built a supercomputer and its name is Cosmos. You know what Cosmos can do? Cosmos can take any of us to any star, planet, comet or even the black hole and can bring us back from there. Cosmos is very intelligent. But do you know how Cosmos works? It is people like Eric, scientists who fill in research and data into it, because of which cosmos is so intelligent. So, who is operating cosmos? It is scientists like Eric. Science can be used for a good cause, and a group of good scientists like Eric have vowed to use it for people's welfare. Unfortunately, there is one odd, angry scientist who wants to use science for his own selfish motives. He is planning to steal cosmos and all of Eric's research so that he can establish his own rule on another planet. It so happens that only George can do something to overcome the wicked plans of the nasty scientists. If you want to know what adventures he undertakes and what strategies he has to use to stop the power-hungry scientists, you have to read the novel George's Secret Key to the Universe. Scientists like Eric have vowed to use science for people's welfare, for people's good. But there is a scientist who wants to use science for his own selfish motives. He has some nasty plans. He wants to steal cosmos and also all of Eric's research to establish his own rule on another planet. Somehow, it's only George who can fight this evil scientist and undo all of his plans. If you would like to know more about it, then you would need to read the story George's Secret Key to the Universe. The author of this wonderful adventure is Lucy Hawking. The story of the novel is imaginary, but it also includes plenty of charts, photographs, boxes that give you hard facts about our solar system, galaxies, space, and the whole universe. This information has been presented in a very simple, easy to understand manner by none other than Stephen Hawking, who is said to be one of the greatest scientists of our times. His achievements are all the more astounding as he is a victim of many physical ailments. He has to use a wheelchair to move about and uses a computerized voice system in order to speak. The story of Stephen Hawking's triumph over his physical disabilities is itself an inspiring adventure. The book includes very attractive and expressive sketches drawn by Gary Parsons. It is true that the excessive use of science and technology can give rise to certain problems. But turning away from technology is not the solution. That is why the Hawkings have given an important message in this book. More research, more studies, and a commitment to use them not for selfish gains but for the welfare of the entire living world. The book George's Secret Key to the Universe is written by Lucy Hawking. This book has been written in a very simple language for the ease of the reader. It has been presented with a lot of charts, facts, and photographs, and these have been put together by none other than Stephen Hawking. This is a way of educating children and adults about facts about our galaxy in a fun and interesting way. At the end, I would only like to say that the message Stephen Hawking is trying to give via this book is that science and technology, when used excessively, do cause some damage. But turning away altogether from technology is not the answer. We need to conduct more studies, more research, and use technology in the interest of people's benefit and their welfare. Children, the universe is very big. It has lots of stories about it. The universe has planets, stars, comets, satellites, galaxies. It has lots of stories about it and lots of facts too. Children, I have a wonderful poem with me about the moon. Would you like to hear it? Then come, let's read. The Man in the Moon. The man in the moon, as he sails the sky, is a very remarkable skipper. But he made a mistake when he tried to take a drink of milk from the dipper. He dipped right out of the Milky Way and slowly and carefully filled it. The big bear growled and the little bear howled and frightened him so that he spilled it. Children, in this poem, the poet is very imaginative. He makes up his own story about the man on the moon. He imagines that there is a man on the moon who is the skipper, that is, the captain of his own boat, which is sailing in the sky. The man on the moon tried to take a drink of milk from the dipper. Dipper is a container used to take milk. He dipped it right out of the Milky Way. The Milky Way is the name of a galaxy. The poet says that the man on the moon used the dipper, the vessel container, to take milk from the Milky Way. He slowly and carefully fills the dipper. But the big bear and the little bear growled and howled. The big bear and the little bear are both names of constellations. That is a group of stars. Frightened by their growling and howling, the man on the moon almost spilled the milk. Children, let's do a fun activity now. Now, you will see a few sentences. After reading the sentences, you have to decide whether the sentence is a fact or is it imaginary. Would you like to give it a try? Then come, let's begin with an example. The first sentence is, there is a man in the moon. Is this a fact or is this imaginary? This is imaginary. So children, like this, you will see some more sentences on your screen. You need to write whether it's a fact or is it imaginary. I hope you were able to find the answers. Now come, let's have a look. The moon sails across the sky. This is imaginary. The Milky Way contains milk. This is imaginary. You can fill the dipper in the sky with milk. This is imaginary. The big bear in the sky can growl. This is imaginary. There are a number of stars in the sky. This is a fact. Children, I hope you had fun in this activity. Children, I hope you all enjoyed today's session. I now request you to please make some time and write a book review for your favorite book and share it with the rest of your friends and family. Children, till we meet next time, please take care. Bye-bye and stay safe.